Coming up on the pod, we have our resident medical expert and mom of the pod, Caitlin, back in studio, along with Cannabis Keenan, as we talk current events and Just Married.
If you want a movie review, look no further than these dudes. You got Real Buzz Rob on the mic, you got Cannabis Keenan, he's alright. Caitlin is giving all she can give, and Calvin doesn't even know where he is. This is Real Buzz Takes with the Real Buzz crew.
Welcome to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzzed crew. I'm Real Buzzed Rob.
He's laughing his sick fucking ass off. He's a tight ass. He's a sadist.
Love me some Pacino. I don't even know what movie that's from, but it's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Weird.
You caught me taking a drink there. I had
It's
no...
all right. We like pregnant pauses in this podcast. Say pregnant pause podcast 3 times fast.
No, I'm not even going to try that. But it's probably the people driving around. They're like, oh, shit, did it skip or something? Fuck, I'm getting bad internet.
Pause.
You know?
And to my left, we have our resident medical expert and mom of the pod, Caitlin. Say hello, Caitlin Woodson.
It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady, and that is a scientific fact. Uh-huh.
She was all smiles until you played that.
Welcome back, Caitlin. First time
Welcome back in studio.
since
In many months.
many months. And to my adjacent, we have Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Cannibal, a.k.a. Cannabis Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Barbarian, Keenan Robertson.
I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen.
Buena Ziua, Romania.
That was pretty funny.
And once again, Calvin is out sick because...
He's like out having his butt cleaned.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, we should do the Where's Calvin report every week, and it's probably going to be that
Does he have
every single
the
week.
Rona?
He does. He didn't really say it was okay for me to tell everyone, but yeah, he has corona.
So fun fact, and I bring this up because
Goddamn.
in Asia now, the most accurate way to test for corona is an anal swab.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
So having
Ass
his butt
swabs.
cleaned is not inaccurate.
Well, Caitlin, now I just want to go get it again.
Yeah. He's never going to be cured.
Can you imagine the drive-through self-testing for a butt swab?
Dude, man, I bet there'd be the longest line in old San Francisco. Am I right? Because it's a lot of gay people in that
You're just
community.
in the driver's seat trying to...
All right.
You play a little How's Your Father with yourself.
What?
Move on. Move on.
All right. Moving on to Real Buzz Current Affairs. Lot of people saying some stuffs and getting caught saying some stuffs. Morgan Wallen, the country music singer, who I was not familiar with until I realized my cousin's been telling me to listen to his stuff for about a month or two, and I hadn't gotten around to it. And then also, then this story came out. He was recorded by a neighbor of his getting home drunk from the bars, and he called his white friend the N-word.
Several times.
Several times. It should be noted, just to give the story full context, I don't think the fact he felt comfortable saying it isn't good, obviously. He didn't have malice behind it, but I don't think it makes a difference in this particular instance. My problem is the next thing that happened was his record sales increased by 1,200%.
Because racists.
I don't know. I think
Love
that's part of it, but I do think that's an element of it, but I also think that people are lashing out at this, saying like, we're going to fight cancel culture because, again, I don't know why country singers or country music fans are choosing this hill to die on. Like maybe something else someone got canceled for, maybe not for saying the N-word. That just seems like it's not a great look if your goal is to say, hey, cancel culture is bad. I want to fight against it, so I'm buying this man's music. Maybe don't choose the instance where he used a racial epithet. Just a thought.
Yeah, not as your spark to start listening to him for sure.
Well,
Exactly.
that's my cousin and I had a kind of an argument about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to listen to him now, man. It's fine. That's if he feels comfortable saying that. I'm not totally cool with that. And I'm not saying you don't listen to him. If you want to listen to him, that's great. I'm just probably not going to. It's like, see, Rob, that's cancel culture. You're canceling him. You made a mistake when you were 24. Have you ever said the N-word when you were like singing rap songs? I'm like, look, man, I'm just saying, I'm not canceling him. I'm just not going to listen to his music.
Yeah, there you go.
You can. I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to it. I'm probably just not going to.
But I think the other problem is if he's using it with non-malice when he gets caught, how many times has he been talking about people of color and use that term
we
with
can't
malice intent. We can't
assume that. We don't know
but-
that he does that. I don't know that he is ultra racist. I've said some stupid racist shit in the past that I clearly didn't mean, and I just try to learn from it. I'm not saying the guy doesn't deserve to work, or but he should probably use this moment to reflect on how he uses that word and why he uses it, and whether or not he should ever, which the answer is he shouldn't.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, and I mean, to be fair, not to be fair to him as a racist, but to be fair, I don't listen to country music anyway, so there's no fucking shot I would have listened to him regardless.
Like, I listen to Chris Stapleton, but he's more bluesy country.
But it doesn't come as a big surprise to me, and this isn't to disparage you country music folk, but
No.
that's the genre of music that this story is breaking out of. That some white guy that's a country music singer was saying that seems about right to me, if you ask me.
I can name 2 black country singers, Hootie and then Cowboy Troy. I think.
His name's not even Hootie.
Well, I know it's Darius
Rucker.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's how much I
But
listen.
so here's the other issue: is this is not the first time he's been a bad role model.
Oh, has
And I'm
there?
I
not
thought you were
saying-
going to say been a bad boy, and I
You've
thought
been a
that was it.
bad
What else has Morgan
boy.
Wallen done? I haven't heard anything.
So, do you not remember he was supposed to be on SNL and then they had to cancel him because there was video footage of him being out at a super packed bar with no masks on?
Oh.
And SNL has been super strict about it. And I'm not saying you have to believe in COVID or believe in masks, but if you're going to be famous.
I'm saying you should believe in COVID.
Hold on. If you're going to be a role model for people, you need to put out correct information and
That kind of brings up another question, though. Are celebrities role models, and should they be?
if you choose to put yourself in the public eye and be a famous person, kids are going to look up to you.
Well,
You just need to keep it in mind.
or it's the parents' responsibility to say, hey, you can like this person's art or whatever they put out, but that doesn't mean that they're good people to model your behavior after.
Okay, when has that ever happened?
I don't know. I'm just saying, which we can then move on to
I'm double vaccinated. Scoot in.
Gina Carano. Also,
That's a good transition, yeah.
Yeah, Gina Carano also was fired from The Mandalorian because essentially she compared being a conservative in today's climate to being a Jew in Nazi Germany. Don't see anything wrong with that comparison.
My favorite part is that people are trying to say she wasn't comparing herself to a Jew during the Holocaust. She was saying that hate is very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Okay. I had problems with her when she put beep boop bop as her pronouns on Twitter because she didn't believe in putting pronouns.
this is why I don't feel bad for Gina Carano. Was she canceled? Yes, but here's why I don't feel bad. It's not her first offense. There's definitely degrees of offenses, right? And this is not her first offense. She was originally going to have a spinoff from The Mandalorian, a solo spinoff series about her character. I believe her name's Cara Dune.
Yep.
And that got canceled because I think it was the gender pronoun thing. I don't remember.
was.
She just goes out of her way to be an asshole, and then she wants to complain when she gets fired from her job. You're not. No one's putting you in jail for saying something, but you can't. There's not free speech free of consequence, right? If I said some horrendously racist, anti-Semitic shit and my boss found out about it, they'd likely fire me, and rightfully so.
Yes.
So I'm not. There's cancel culture, and I think cancel culture is out of control to an extent, but this isn't a good example of that.
She also was like heavily anti-mask and putting lies about COVID on her Twitter. And then there was another. What was the other incident? This is like the fourth. Like Disney was like, "Hey, clean it up.
And we
Delete
haven't
stuff
even
off your Twitter." And then this was the last straw.
Yeah, and we haven't even mentioned how she's fucking terrible in The Mandalorian anyway. Like I think she's goth.
really in
I haven't
the
watched it.
first season. I liked her a lot.
You haven't watched it? I watched it.
In the first season, I liked her a lot, but then all that stuff came out on Twitter, and I couldn't look at her the same.
Something about her. It's just like I know that she
I
was
wanna
a
replace
UFC
her-
fighter
Yeah.
or whatever.
She
So it's
looks
just
like one.
that's I can tell that you got this role because you are really kick ass.
Huge.
She does the fight scenes
Yeah.
really well, but when it comes down to
The
she's like,
acting.
and I know that Robbie actually you'd probably love her because DMX is like probably on par with her acting ability.
It's right up my alley.
And I think
yeah.
DMX is god fucking awful. So
D-
I mean,
She would also crush your head between her thighs,
Yeah,
which you might
she
find
would do that.
attractive.
Which is it's funny because
he probably gets off.
Probably
on
I'm
that, yeah.
conflicted. I do find her very attractive, but her personality kind of sucks. From what I
As soon as
can
you
tell.
make any Holocaust comparisons, you basically look like a dead zombie to
Her
me.
first role, I watched it the other night. She plays this assassin or CIA agent in a Soderbergh movie, and she's really good.
Isn't she in one of the Fast and Furious movies?
Yeah, she's not so great in those.
Yeah, she's terrible.
But she was really good in the Soderbergh
But
film.
don't worry, guys. Ben Shapiro's going to save her acting career.
Yeah, she signed a deal with Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire to produce and direct her own
Tiny Dick
movie.
Man.
Okay. Well,
Are you familiar with Shapiro?
I've heard of him.
Oh, Tiny Dick Man. You'd love him.
He definitely
He's Batman.
He definitely says a lot of things I disagree with.
All right. I'll have to look him up.
He runs a site called the Daily Wire, which is a
News is a strong
heavily
word.
conservative-leaning
News.
outlet.
Okay.
Yeah, they already released one movie with Thomas Jane and this girl, and it's about it's about a school shooter. School shooters are coming in, and this
Of course
it's
it
basically
is.
like this teenage girl plays John McClane in Die Hard and kind of just flushes them out from within. I only saw a trailer. I refuse to watch it because it's on the Daily Wire and I have to subscribe to watch it, and I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give that guy any money.
What's up, Tom Jane? What are you doing?
Thomas Jane, I think I tried to look. I'm like, is Tom Jane a crazy right winger? I don't think he is. I think he just didn't.
He's
really,
just an actor trying to
yeah.
get
I
paid.
think I don't blame him. It's fine, but so okay. So we should also address the elephant in the room because Super Bowl didn't go so well for us, did it, Keenan?
Oh,
I've
I
been
thought it
trying to
was the
lose
other
weight, and
elephant
you
in
call
the
me an
room.
elephant. Like, what the fuck's up with that? No, what happened
That's not cool, guys. Craig's right there.
Sunday, I
What
woke
had
up
happened was
and I had a pretty good day. I went to, it was some kind of game that was happening. It wasn't there was some kind of party. It wasn't like a Super Bowl party, but it was something like that. And I had a lot of Jell-O shots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I kind of blacked out, I guess, for like 5 hours. And then I woke up the next day, and I didn't really black out.
Oh,
This is me saying
well.
that there wasn't a game that happened. This is me.
Oh,
in denial
okay.
about the
I
game.
was not picking. I apologize. I was not picking
So
up on that at all.
I heard that a game happened on Sunday, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Well, we gotta say we gotta talk about the first half. First half officiating was bad. That's just a fact. The officiating was terrible. They were filleting Tom Brady.
on the officiating.
The first half was bad.
Real quick,
Shoot.
I'm all for female officiants, like girl power, ready to go. The female
Fucking
officiant,
broads think they can talk about football.
The female officiant in this game is best friends with Tom Brady, so much so that her son is named after Tom Brady.
I don't buy that argument because she's the first female official in the Super Bowl. You think she's gonna want to be the lady who was
I
throwing?
don't think she gives a shit.
She threw the first flag of the game.
And she threw 1,000, it seemed like.
Her kid is named after Tom Brady.
I don't think
Is
that's
her
been
kid
confirmed.
name?
Her-
Is her
Google
kid
it.
name
Her kid's name
Kiss
is
your
Brady.
son on the mouth, Walsh.
Ugh, that's so gross. Okay, so we'll say officiating the first half
Old
was
Tommy
bad,
boy makes out with his son.
but
Nobody's talking about that.
it is weird. I agree. It's weird.
Yeah.
But also, whatever he said to Tyrann Mathieu, the NFL Network won't release the footage. They won't release the audio.
And he apparently it was so bad he called or he texted
And apologize.
the Honey Badger and apologized.
An extensive apology from what
Yeah.
I wonder what he said.
But I think that
Who knows?
I think Honey
Fuck Tom
Badger-
Brady, dude. Can we move on to the next segment?
Yeah.
Fuck Tom
Hold on.
Brady.
I got some places.
But the next segment's gonna be even worse.
No, it's not.
Is it the impeachment?
No. That's coming.
Ugh.
Sorry
Can we
again.
skip
Fishing
that
first half was bad. The offensive line was horrible. Vita Vea and JPP just feasted all day. It was way worser than I thought. And so congrats, Tom Brady. Now fuck off. You have more Super Bowls than any franchise in the NFL in history. And why are you coming back? Just fuck off. Why do we have to watch you play 44? Just fuck off.
No, I want him to come back, and I want him to make the Super Bowl again, and I want the Chiefs to be there.
Yeah,
and
that's the one thing I would
yeah.
do.
Wanna
If he
beat
comes
him.
if he comes back, I want him to make the Super Bowl, and I want us to we at least have a shot to fucking have a full healthy roster, not have Britt Reed, almost kill a fucking 5-year-old.
that fucking ruined
He
it. I
can't-
swear that was the juju.
He can't retire until Patrick has some sort of revenge.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
I honestly think that car accident just ruined our chances of winning the Super Bowl.
I bear some responsibility as well because I changed up my jersey and my koozie for the first
What
time.
car?
Ellie did throw up on her matching outfit to me, and so we can't blame her. She's a 1-year-old. She wouldn't even know.
Fucking 1-year-olds.
I did all my stuff. I've
You
got
didn't
no
hear about the
excuse.
car accident?
You were in a car accident?
No.
Britt Reed.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one. Oh, yeah, I heard about that
I
one.
blame that for us losing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was fucked.
That was real bad.
All
She
right.
should pay for all her medical bills.
Oh, I think they are.
They better.
If
better.
they- I would,
The family had to start a GoFundMe.
okay, I'm going to be wildly disappointed if the Chiefs aren't covering this because
I mean, they fired him, so at least that's a good first step.
I thought he was on administrative leave.
now he's
or
fired.
something.
Now
Fired.
they
All right,
parted
good.
ways. All right, moving on to a really fun study that I read this week.
You can read?
On occasion, it's only in small sentences.
I didn't know men read.
He buys Playboy for the pictures, though, not the articles.
Yeah. Mhm.
For sure. Well, the cartoons are funny too. Study shows that the majority of women expect their male counterpart to make at least $80,000 per year by the time they're 40. The catch-22 of that, only 13% of the population have a single job that pays $80,000 a year.
I've never expected that, but I do expect you to not have $100,000 in secret debt.
Well, that's a deep cut.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
a deep cut.
That
All right,
feels
it
like
was-
it hits close to home. Or
It was
something.
only 72,000.
I think once you hit 70K or above in debt, it's all kind of the same, right? May as well be 100.
Yeah, if it was 69,000, that would at least be like, nice.
Nice. So
68, not nice.
basically, this study just shows that broads suck. And I mean, come on, man.
That broad suck. Jesus Christ.
I make a decent amount of money.
Generally.
But with inflation, that means, so if you account for inflation, by the time I'm 40, I'm going to have to be making like $100,000.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to limit myself. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Robbie,
I
here's
hope it
what
does.
you're in the dating market and stuff like that.
I
Here's
am.
what I need you to do. Don't think about this study when you're going on dates and stuff like that, because that's just going to put a lot of undue pressure on
In
you.
fact,
all
just
right?
flip the switch and say, I'd like you to make $80,000.
Yeah,
That's my
exactly.
next point. Why we're supposed to be feminists here? Why are women?
Because we make 72 cents on the dollar, so it'd be much harder for us to make 80,000 a year. You really want to get into it? I
No.
will physically fight you.
Yeah, just take. She's agreeing with that. Men don't have to be making 80K. Just take that as a win.
well, and their brains are smaller, so it's just kind of like.
Benz, you're right.
All right, so I just thought that was interesting. I read that, and I was just because
and this podcast is going to take off by the time you're 40 anyway. We're all going to be
Exactly, that'd be
millionaires.
so
So what the
rich.
fuck?
You guys know I created an IMDb account just so I could put my ratings on movies and
Oh,
talk
nice.
about how we talked about the movie on the podcast.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like you're a cast member on Real Buzz Takes, like you have an actress profile.
we should
No,
do,
no,
we
no,
should
no,
do
no,
that.
We
too.
should do that
No,
though.
we
could
should.
all be ourselves. on
Legit.
there. It's
Should.
just self. Come on, IMDb.
But no, I just made one so that I
Dennis
could
Quaid.
rank the movies, what I say I rank them on the podcast, and then
Oh, very
talk
nice.
about
Oh,
it.
very nice. Yeah.
Very nice.
So basically, the only reason I brought that up is because I am currently in the dating market, and that just really brought me to like my.
Yeah,
it
don't
just
think
really,
about that.
I was like, God damn
that
it,
should
really?
not be in the back of your
Is that-
mind.
And I mean, it's not that many years till you hit that age.
Yeah, so you're going to be going on dates going,
It's 8 years.
I'm really trying to make 80K. I'm sorry. I've still got like 8 years left, but I'm not quite there yet. But don't worry.
I
She's
feel like-
going to be like,
I need to start putting the car I
What?
drive on my fucking profiles. I
No.
drive. It's
No,
just so you
don't do
know.
that.
This is where I'm at.
you're going to attract a lot of shallow broads that way.
I do
You're
put.
going to be swimming in the kiddie pool, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean,
well.
he as a are you
Shallow
considered
is.
a
That's what I was
former
going
DJ
for.
now? A
Yeah, no,
still former
I'm
DJ?
former.
You living it up? Okay.
I've retired.
As
You're
a
not a
former
DJ
As a
anymore.
former DJ, I think shallow broads are kind of his.
Yeah, well, you're just missing a
Kind
neck
of
tattoo.
I-
That's
yeah,
it.
I'd like to think my ex-wife wasn't a shallow broad since we were together for 7 years, but
Well, maybe not that one, but
yeah.
others.
Oh no! Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, in college? Yeah, dude. Tons.
Yeah, so anyway, so maybe just don't stress out about that. That's my advice for you
Or
in the
really
dating world.
stress out about it.
And anybody else listening in the dating world, don't worry about how much money you're making, you know?
Yeah.
If you find love, you find love. Like in Just Married, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we're
That's
getting
still
there.
coming.
We're getting
No,
there.
not
They
like
get a
it
half-hour
just
segment of
married.
current events before the movie now. All right, so let's do it. Let's just get it over with. I don't want to talk about it much because it's horrendous and it's stupid, and we knew it was going to happen. But Donald Trump was officially was acquitted of incitement of an insurrection, and we all know that it's bullshit, and that's all I need to say. I mean, but actually, the one thing you do want to talk about, his impeachment defense was really funny.
Oh, it was hilarious.
It was really funny. The guy basically said nothing and just advocated for the prosecution. He's like, we don't know what to say, and we'd like to congratulate our colleagues on making a great argument that we have
Yep.
no defense for.
Although, no, so my favorite defense and what they talked about a lot today is that Donald Trump had no idea that Mike Pence was in any danger.
Again,
Had no idea. I was like, bitch, do you own a TV?
it's their job to
Do you have a Twitter machine?
it's their job to defend the guy. That's their job, and the only way to do it is to
Didn't
say something
know.
insane.
Yeah, well,
I had no idea I put lives in danger by being a shithead.
Well, he didn't put lives in danger. He got people killed.
wasn't a large part of their defense, though, too, saying that fight, yeah, Trump might have said that, stand up and fight, but look at all these videos of Democrats saying fight back in the
Oh, I missed that. Maybe. I don't know.
That's one of the articles I read. I didn't actually watch it, but apparently
But
that was their whole thing.
I
Is like
think we were
the word
saying-
fight. You say that he said go and fight, but all these Democrats said fight. But it's like it's a little different when
we're
he's
saying fight politically and
Yeah.
he's saying, no, go kill people, please.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
He might as well have said that, and he would still have fucking gotten acquitted. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, exactly. He was going to get acquitted no matter
we all
what.
knew
Right.
it. It was just a matter of time.
I thought it was a victory enough that they allowed the trial to happen.
yeah.
You know?
That's all you were gonna get.
You know?
Although you'd had
It's not a victory enough. He's still gonna get yearly money. He's still gonna get $1 million travel
he's-
fund.
he's
still
gonna
gonna
be-
get Secret Service paid by our tax dollars. It's not a victory.
He's going to be tried by the state of New York and state of Georgia. He could still face some pretty serious consequences, and I hope that he does. I don't know that he will.
What? He's got to wear an ankle monitor at Mar-a-Lago? Fuck off.
Well, I mean, maybe I'd take that.
I heard he can't live at Mar-a-Lago, though.
Well, he originally had a
still
contract
living
back in the '90s when it was built that he would not make it his permanent residence, and now he's doing that, and
And the state
he's
of
just like,
Florida's
oh,
fighting
do
it.
what are you gonna do? Just you can
Well,
fucking-
yeah, something about it being zoned as a commercial
Yeah.
residence instead of a private one.
He's trying to get
Yeah.
it rezoned so he can have a private residence, and the people are not happy about it. But who saw that coming? I mean,
Yeah, no
What?
shit, Ryan.
People unhappy.
I'm the former president. I'm going to put my library in Mar-a-Lago. It's going to be great.
okay, all right, let's get to it. The movie we are reviewing today is Just Married. Release date was January 10th, 2003. Directed by Sean Levy. Sean Levy brings me back to the 90s, man. He directed some cool shit that I used to watch when I was a kid. I don't know if you remember the episodes of Secret World of Alex Mack. You remember those? Is it too young for you guys?
I remember the title. So wait, that's the end
I'm a
of Real Buzz
baby.
current events, and now we're in the movie section. Sorry,
Well,
I missed that.
Oh, you're
We're ready
good.
to go.
I pushed the button.
Yeah,
You
all
pushed the
right.
button.
Skadoosh.
He was reading his phone.
Yeah, people
Um,
keep texting me. They need to stop fucking texting me right now.
You're good, man.
Just put your phone on the floor.
Also directed
Well, I needed it
episodes
for the current events, not anymore.
of the famous Jet Jackson.
oh,
Ring any bells?
that does ring some bells.
As well as the movie.
No.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, that guy was good.
got
What,
nothing.
what was his name?
I don't know. This came up at dinner like 2 months ago, and I looked him up, but I can't remember. I think he has 3 names.
He does have
though.
3 names. He's
Yeah.
a 3-name guy.
One of those 3-name guys.
And then also directed episodes of Animorphs. You guys remember? I remember
that
the
sounds
books.
familiar.
Remember the books?
I remember
Jesus
the books. I
Christ.
never saw the show.
No wonder I liked this movie in 2003.
Yeah. Also directed
In
that,
2003.
that movie with Paul Giamatti and Frankie Muniz, Big Fat Liar.
Oh, that movie. That takes me
I just
back.
remember Paul Giamatti ends up being blue at some
He's
point.
very blue. Amanda
Hey,
Bynes
that
is
is
in it.
cool.
Oh, that's
Amanda
right.
Bynes is in it.
I had a huge crush on Amanda Bynes.
What the fuck happened to her, man?
She got Lindsay Lohan, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Started
Well,
hanging
but
out with her.
worse.
No. No.
No?
There's a whole. I'll tell you guys off air. It's not appropriate.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
It's that bad, huh?
Uh-huh.
Is she okay? Is she doing okay?
No, I think she's
No.
mentally ill.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
But she got touched.
Oh,
Yeah.
molested?
Worse than that.
Oh,
Oh,
like raped?
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. That's not nice.
So, sorry. I mean, if it's public knowledge, I mean, people can Google
Fuck.
this shit.
Paul Schneider, the guy who made all the shows for Nickelodeon.
Oh, god damn
Are you
it.
serious?
That is the story that's coming out now. Yes.
Fuck.
I don't think it has been confirmed or denied, but that is what she has put out recently.
Child actors, man. I would. Ugh.
Wouldn't want to be one.
All right. After this, known for Cheaper by the Dozen, directed that
Great movie.
Nah, I'll have to disagree with you there.
But it wasn't made for
Steve Martin, right?
it wasn't made for teenage boys.
True.
Isn't it Steve Martin?
It is.
Yeah. And Bonnie Hunt. It was super cute.
And Marnie from fucking Halloween Town was in it.
No, she wasn't.
I think she was.
Nope.
I,
I'm gonna commit to it.
No, you're wrong.
3 Night at the Museum movies. The
Night at the Museums?
Yeah,
oh, I
all
love
three of
those
them.
too.
The Internship. That was that weird one
Eh.
with bleh.
they worked at Google with,
Yeah.
It was the Wedding Crasher
It was
duo.
Owen.
Yeah.
It was Owen and
Oh, wow, we're working at Google. And Vince Vaughn.
Vince. Huh? Wow, Vince.
Listen, baby, we're working at Google, baby. That's a bad Vince Vaughn.
That was a terrible Vince Vaughn.
And then also did episodes
money, baby.
of The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and Stranger Things.
Hey,
So he's got some bones.
I can get
All
behind
right.
this guy. This movie was terrible, but all right, he's done some
Fucking
decent
awful.
stuff.
Of
For
all
the time, we'll get into it.
Yeah. I guess you do have to take into account when it was.
I remember it from
They've
the time.
made 20 of this movie within a year, and it was
Yes.
they were all awful.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very
None
true.
of them were good.
It was a victim of the Bush years, as Keenan
It was
says.
the Bush years.
Yeah.
There were a
Early
lot of
2000s,
movies like this coming out.
yeah.
All right, so moving on to Cast.
Cats.
Cats, the musical. Brittany Murphy as Sarah, and
R.I.P.
yes, rest in peace. She died in a really suspicious way. Ashton's Kutcher as Tom.
I'm glad that you gave her top billing.
I did. I thought she
Yeah.
was the best
One
part of this
hottest,
movie.
He has,
Yes.
Ashton Kutcher has one of the hottest wives on earth.
Mila Kunis now, right?
Hell yeah.
Dude, he has one of the weirdest looking ex-wives now. I'm not trying to plastic surgery shame anyone,
I
but
think that
Demi
was
did some.
makeup.
No, dude, she looks. Ooh.
Well, they keep posting these pictures of her off the runway, and supposedly it was makeup.
Oh, so maybe they kind of enhanced it to
Yeah.
look. Okay, all right.
I cannot confirm or deny.
The
I
runway,
am not Demi.
the runway
but-
pictures are rough.
Yeah.
Pretty rough.
Yeah.
But I think they made her look scary on purpose, is what I'm saying.
It's a good way to put it. Scary.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if
Frightening.
she wants to look like that, fuck it up, Demi. Who cares? Look like whatever you want.
It's looked great in striptease.
Oh my God, top 10 of all, top 3 of all time.
We're
movie
not talking
tits.
about. Move on.
I'm just
Move
saying.
along.
I'm just saying, dude, it's top 3.
Move along.
She paid for them. We should appreciate them.
That's true.
All right. Honorable mention to David Moscow as Kyle. Who's the dude from Big and Newsies?
Who's Kyle?
Oh, that's who. Okay,
Oh, the
that's like
buddy.
his buddy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, who's Kyle?
You remember the kid who plays Josh in Big when he's not big?
Yeah. Sam came over and watched like the last 30 minutes of it, and she's like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" I was like, it's been bothering me. I just know he's in some things, but I try not to look up stuff, you know.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's the guy from Big.
Because it's cheating.
And then Newsies. Like, did you ever watch Newsies in middle school?
So he was the Tom Hanks character.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay.
And yes, I had to watch Newsies in fucking Miss Holdermeyer's class.
Okay. I watched Miss Holdemeyer's class too.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. So we're 2 years apart. I didn't know if you had the anyway.
Oh yeah.
You know teachers don't change their teaching plans.
Miss Holdermeyer, when I worked at Conrad's, she would come up to the bar, not get too drunk, but she'd have some beers.
Nice.
She didn't recognize me, thank God, because I didn't want to have that
No,
conversation.
no, no, no.
you know?
It's the worst when you see
Speaking of
someone.
beers.
Ugh.
When Tom Brady got drunk after the Super Bowl, this is a joke I'm
What a
stealing,
little
by the way.
bitch.
You think it took like one Michelob Ultra?
Yeah, probably. Exactly.
And the thing is,
Dude's never eaten a strawberry. Fuck off.
Literally, he
Fuck off.
he just eats lettuce and breathes air.
And fucking Giselle's vagina.
Well,
Vagine.
I don't know if that's on the diet, bro.
Do you think that they
The
do you
TB12.
think
I'm not
they
sure if that's on the
No.
TB12 diet.
perform fellatio on each other?
No,
I don't know,
I do not
man.
think they do.
Two good-looking people that
No.
shouldn't have. They're probably like, oh, I don't go down on my partner, you know, because they're too good-looking.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You've never heard about this?
No.
Chicks that are too hot to give you a blowjob.
Yep.
Kaylin knows what I'm talking
Or
about.
dudes that think they're too good to go down on you.
Good luck having a successful relationship.
Well, Tom
that
Brady
way.
and Giselle, they've built their whole marriage on it.
That's
why
just
he makes
money,
out
though.
with his kid.
That's just money, loving money.
That's what
and make
happens when you
more
don't go
money.
down on your wife.
Yeah,
you end up
dude.
making out with your son.
All right. That's
Anyway.
enough. He's not a pedophile. or
Fuck
anything.
Tom Brady, though.
Yeah,
No,
fu-
he's the worst.
Yeah, fuck him.
But let's not
He's
get
a
too
cheater.
into that. Okay.
And then Christian Kane, honorable mention to Christian Kane is Pater. Hi, Pater. What's happening? And
Yeah.
he was the cool guy dad from Friday Night Lights who was like, "These are going to be the best years of your life, son." When they're talking about
From the movie?
yeah, when he's got the long hair, he's like, "Here, take my baby. We'll be right back." And
Oh,
it's a joke.
he's that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
These best years of your life, son. Once you win one of these, it's all downhill from there, man. It's all over. It's terrible. Very
he
depressing.
was in this show I really liked that got canceled called The Librarians.
Yeah, it was on
a real
TNT.
Yeah, it was a real nerdy show, and I loved it so much.
Yeah, it was. It's trying to be like Indiana Jones, but
Not
for
really.
nerdy people,
He
What's
like-
wrong with that?
like for not cool people.
in this movie, he has,
I
and
mean, I
he's
know you think I'm not cool, but you don't have to say it like that.
Sorry,
in this movie he has, and he's designed to have,
nerd. Sorry, Keenan.
God damn it.
I know. I apologize.
Anyway, moving on.
I'm gonna request the money from this movie if you don't stop being mean to me.
Um,
Venmo. I'm gonna
he has
Venmo
one-
request $3.99 from you.
He has one of those faces that you just fucking hate. Like I just hate him in this movie. So I
know
will
what you
give
mean.
him a job or
plays
a
a
good
good
job.
villain.
Yeah, he plays a good guy that I fucking hate. Like he does a good job of playing a bad guy, kind of. or
also
a
very
swarmy guy.
handsome. It's like
He's a
handsome
good-looking
but
dude,
bad. Yeah, I agree.
Which
Yeah,
is
but-
funny because, like, in The Librarians, he looks like that typical roguish.
Well, yeah, in
hero
Friday Night
guy.
Lights, he looks like a drunken asshole. That's
Well,
like
so he's
fat-
versatile.
yeah,
So he's
it
versatile,
was
is
weird
what
seeing
you're
him as a
saying.
pretty boy. I studied karate with the Chinese grandmaster. When he did that fucking thing, I died laughing.
Because
To be honest
when he
with
flinches.
you,
I
yeah.
think he actually does have a black belt.
There were a few times in this movie that, and yes, it was intentionally trying to make you laugh, but I definitely just laughed because it was so corny and bad. But I laughed out loud
Early 2000s.
a few
summed
times
up.
in this movie.
Yeah,
That was
movie.
definitely one of them.
Only two kind of people know Chinese: Kung Fu and the King, and I'm one of them.
Wait,
Only
you mean
two-
only
you
two?
fucked it up.
You fucked it up.
Oh, sorry. What's
That's
the-
karate.
That's
Only
karate.
two types of people know karate. There's Chinese and the king.
And I'm one of them.
You said only
One
two
of them
types
me.
of people know Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you said kung fu and the king.
Oh wow, I really fucked that up.
Yeah.
Which
But it's
actually
good.
was it an improvement on the line?
Kind of. Yeah, it kind of was.
You know that's Jack White.
I know. That's the craziest part about that. I did not know that for years until I was like, holy shit, that's Jack White.
He's Elvis.
It's awesome. He's a great Elvis impression.
You know that sometimes Jack White and Jack Black hang out, I guess, and make music, and they call it Jack Gray?
That's awesome. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
That's pretty cool, right?
That's the best. Dude, I'm going to Google that
YouTube.
as soon as we
Look it
get
up
done
on
with
YouTube.
this.
I
Jack
follow
Gray.
Jack Black on TikTok, and it honestly makes my day every day.
He's a weird guy, but I love him.
I love him so much.
I follow him on Instagram, and yeah, he's
He's the best.
super weirdo,
He's the
and I love it.
best.
His Thor thing, he's always wearing that red Speedo.
Yeah.
Like, just makes me...
All right, moving on to Brittany Murphy. Before this,
Rest in peace.
yes, rest in peace. Before this, Brittany was known for Clueless, Girl Interrupted, Summer Catch, Don't Say a Word, Riding in Cars with Boys, 8 Mile, and then she was on King of the Hill for quite a long time. Well, it's run, I think. Well, no, it's still on, isn't it?
As the daughter?
Yeah.
Luann?
Luann, that's correct.
Brittany Murphy was?
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's still on, but
Yeah, I don't think so either.
it's still memed. People still talk about it.
Yeah,
all the
quite.
time.
God damn it,
You wanna
Bobby.
try
There better be a naked cheerleader under your bed. I've seen it on sale for like $5 at the.
I got it for the
'Cause
Super Bowl. Do you want
Chiefs
to try
lost.
it? Yeah, have one.
We just got to say it out loud a few times. The Chiefs lost.
Well, I drank these during the Super Bowl. Didn't fucking help.
That might be why we lost.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm still doing
Whoa.
Well, it's a red ale.
Yeah.
It's not a lager.
It's like Killian's.
it. Your face was perfection.
Oh my
anyways.
God. All right. So,
Craft beer, Rob.
yeah, I know it's snooty beer. After this, she's known for Uptown Girl, Sin City, The Groomsmen, and Happy Feet. She had a film released like 5 years after her death. I don't know what went
I
down with
looked that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they filmed
What
it in
movie?
2009,
I don't remember.
and then they just didn't release it until 2014.
It's weird.
She's not the main character. Well, at least
She's a therapist.
on
from
the
what
poster,
I remember.
there's a different. It's about some like wife that murders her husband or something.
Cool.
It's called like, and it's got a really cheesy title like Miss Murder or some bullshit like
I'll
that.
never tell. Remember that one?
Hey, Miss Murder, good night. Anyway, moving on. You remember that one?
Yeah. Ashton Kutcher.
Before this, known for Punked.
Yes, Punked. The original
that 70s
Punked.
show.
That 70s show.
One of my favorite shows. One of my comfort shows, really. Like, if I'm feeling down, I just put that show on.
Yeah, it's good. Topher's good in it.
I
It's
see.
good.
Any episode I've seen of it, I've liked, but it's one of those shows that I've never seen nearly
You
enough
would really
of it.
enjoy it. Red is my favorite
Yeah,
character,
Red's the best.
obviously.
Red's the best.
Is he the one that
He's
got,
the dad.
Oh, he's the dad.
Bald guy.
Well,
Put
then
my
one of them
foot
got
up
in
your
trouble,
ass.
right? What's his name? Clyde or whatever?
Danny Masterson.
Danny Masterson.
Yeah. What was
He's-
his character's name? Was it Clyde?
Hyde.
Hyde.
You were close, though.
I
Yeah,
believe
that's close.
he's been accused of rape a couple of times. I don't know the
He's
details.
also a Scientologist, so that shit gets real weird real
Yeah,
fast.
It does.
It makes me feel weird watching those shows, you know. now
Fun
that you know
fact,
that,
did
but-
you know that his twin was the older brother on Malcolm in the Middle? They look nothing alike, but that's his twin.
I
there you
didn't
go.
realize he had a twin. That's fucking sucks. Also, before this,
that sucks.
yeah,
Stop watching.
Mizzou lost.
yeah, he had a cameo in Reindeer Games. Do you remember
Okay.
that, Keenan?
I.
He
I've never
switched
seen that
clothes
movie.
with the guy to
Oh yeah, he's in the bathroom. Yeah.
And then you're just like, if you watched Reindeer Games way after it came out, you're like, oh, that's fucking Ashton Kutcher
yeah,
for no reason at all.
very minor role. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Dude, Where's My Car was before this as well. After this, known for My Boss's Daughter, The Butterfly Effect. Yes,
God, my boss's daughter.
shitty fucking movie.
Same
pretty-
movie
yeah,
as this,
same movie as this,
basically,
pretty much.
so,
It is the same movie.
yeah.
The Butterfly.
Tara Reid.
Yeah, Tara Reid.
Man.
Guess Who, A Lot Like Love, What Happens in Vegas, Killers, No Strings Attached, which is actually, that's a decent movie.
Also the same movie.
Kind of, but not really.
Continue on.
That came out the same time as like Justin Timberlake did one with somebody.
Friends with Benefit.
Yeah,
Or
I
Just
remember it.
Friends or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the movie this is like
Never saw either one.
what was the
but-
movie we just did? Yeah, this is like the White House Down in Olympus
Olympus
Has
Has
Fallen
Fallen,
thing.
yeah.
It's like they released the same year. They are the same movie.
Armageddon Deep Impact.
One of them is PG-13, one of them is R.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. He also ruined 2.5 Men, and then
Were you a big 2.5 Men fan before
No.
he got there?
That's
Not
not
really.
his fault.
I think
it's
Charlie
entirely
Sheen.
his fault.
I think Charlie
Wow.
Sheen breakdown.
he was bad.
I think the Charlie Sheen breakdown
Yeah,
is
that's
whose fault
that's
it
what
is.
ruined 2.5 Men.
I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen.
That sounds like a bad South Park clip.
I'm on a drug. Fucking. Oh, and then also had a stint with Netflix on The Ranch, which was that 70s show,
My grandma really liked that
but
show.
TVMA.
I liked it, but it was so slow. Like they could have made all 5 seasons into like one season.
It had Sam Elliott, right?
Yeah,
That's the best part of the whole
he was
thing.
great. Sam Elliott was great in it. And it kind of catered to more of a conservative crowd, which I'm fine with. That's great. I mean, it's cool. Like, they made a bunch of jokes about liberals, and it was funny.
I'm very liberal, and I enjoyed the show.
It was very
just
funny.
Went on and on and on and on, and like 3 seasons in, I'm like,
I will say it ruined.
I'm over it.
It ruined. Oh God, what's her name? Alicia Cuthbert for me though.
Oh, she's in it.
She's the
She's
second
the
main
main
character.
character.
Man, to this day, if I watch The Girl Next Door, I'm like just in love with her.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
She's real annoying in the ranch.
Is
Yeah,
she?
she kind of ruined it.
What's that Sam Elliott line from Cocktail, where he's like, "You got 2 choices. You either something or you kill the motherfucker."
You mean
you
Roadhouse?
mean Roadhouse,
Roadhouse,
yeah.
not Cocktail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. I think we did those movies on the same day.
Oh dude,
We
that
did them back
epic.
to back. Not
Yeah.
the same day, but we did them back to
Okay.
back.
It's an epic back to back.
You got 2 choices. You something or you kill the
Or
motherfucker.
you kill the mother. Dude, you have to swear so much. The fuck you talking about?
Anyway,
man?
yeah. Shout out Sam Elliott.
I love him.
Love Sam Elliott.
Come be my grandpa.
Moving on to specs and deets.
Yes, indeed.
Runtime on this film was 95 minutes.
Too long.
About 5 minutes too long. And then budget.
Goddamn. I mean, at least it was under 100 minutes. At least it was under,
Right.
you know, I
We
was
did not hit
glad
triple digits.
when it was 95, I was okay with it.
Yeah, it was nice to not do
Yeah.
an hour and 58-minute movie.
Yes.
Um,
We were going to do Spider-Man 3 last week, which was going to be 2.5 hours of bullshit.
I needed a break before I did another 2.5
Yeah.
hour fucking steamer with Tobey Maguire. Fucking piece of shit. Budget was 18 million. Opened at 17.5 million.
Yeah.
It grossed 56 million domestically and 118 million globally.
118.
How?
That's why this movie was remade so many times.
This movie was
Made
so
$100
bad.
million.
And
huh?
it on an 18 million budget. That's like like if you scale it, that's like Avengers level success.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. I was one of the people that went and saw it in
the
theaters.
So you're responsible for this.
I'm responsible for it. I think it was one of the times, like, because it came out in 2003, so I would have been 12. And I remember in the summer, like, we would just go see movies. One of my friends had a babysitter that would take us there.
But I think a 12-year-old would like this movie.
Yeah, and I loved it. And
Yeah.
I think it was one of the times that we had the theaters to ourselves.
Well, yeah, there's
like,
a lot of sex jokes.
it was just, and yeah,
Goofy
looking back
dumb
on it,
shit.
my God, I'm just like judging 12-year-old me for being like, God, this movie was awesome.
Ashton-
but that's why I wanted to watch
I'm
it
gonna tell
again.
a friend.
Ashton
Yeah.
just emotes in two ways, like dumb simpleton and then screaming. Like
Oh,
that's,
he goes from 6 to midnight a million times.
yeah.
He's his character from that 70s show.
No, his character from that 70s show is way better than this guy.
But I mean,
Tom Lezak. What a douchey name.
all I could think of was Gary Lezak, our beloved.
I know,
brother
it's
I
man.
love Gary. Gary's the best.
Where's
He
Stormy?
is.
Plot keywords. Number 1, sex toy. Number 2,
Fair.
honeymoon. Number 3, bare-chested male.
Yep.
Number 4, toilet. Not sure why.
He gets
Because
his
he gets his foot
stuck.
stuck in there.
Yes, that should have been airplane toilet. Number
Too many
5.
words.
This is like a fucking plot key phrase. Killing a dog.
He does kill a dog.
It's very upsetting.
Does he kill the dog?
I think the dog should be
He
smart
leads
enough
to
not
the
jump
yeah.
out the
I mean,
window.
that's true. That's fair.
Is he directly responsible for the dog's death? Yes. Did he kill the dog? No.
Yeah, I would have just come clean at that point and been like, I threw the ball.
Of course,
Your stupid
Keenan.
fucking dog jumped out the window.
Any mature human being would have just told the truth to begin with. This guy's not that.
Yeah, but I appreciate his buddy Kyle. Unless she finds out you fucked up her dog or like murdered her dog.
Oh, you mean Josh from Big?
Don't worry, I'll take that to the grave.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
All right, taglines. There was 2, and they both were very whatever.
Generic.
Yep. Welcome to the honeymoon from hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, it was the perfect honeymoon until it began.
That's that's
It's really bad.
You know what? I'll give them credit on that one. Maybe it's just the way that you read it. I liked it.
Yeah, no, I gave it a little flair.
It was the perfect honeymoon till it began.
Until it began.
I don't think it could have ever been the perfect honeymoon because what person plans a trip to Europe and doesn't get an adaptable plug?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I own 3.
I had a lot of problems with that too. He gets to that. She's
Oh,
like,
I'll make it fit.
"Why did you make us turn?" And she's like, "Cause that's our hotel." It's like, well, and then the next scene, he's like, "We're paying out our ass for it." It's like, how did you not know what hotel you were fucking staying in, guy?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to the
All right. Given all the information I've already said on this podcast, it's time for the canopsis. Give us your canopsis, Cannabis Keenan.
Tom Lezak is the typical red-blooded, kind of douchey American dude during the Bush years. Tom falls madly in love with Sarah, who comes from a shitload of money. Despite their differences and everyone saying they will fail, the two get married and decide to honeymoon to Europe. And that's when everything falls apart. Can Tom and Sarah survive their disastrous honeymoon and rekindle their flame in Just Married?
All right, there we go. That was very nice, Keenan. Thank you so much. And I once again will let you know that in my outline I have Canopsis, and it says in parentheses refer to Keenan instead of refer. It's funny.
Yeah, I get it.
He's not as funny as
I smoke
he
dope,
is.
you know.
I smoke grass.
I smoke grass.
Yeah, what's the lamest names to call weed now?
I still like saying dope. I really like
Dope.
saying
No, dope's fine. Pot's bad. You can't call it pot.
You really can't call it dope either.
Yeah,
Like it's corny.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pot's bad. Reefer's bad.
Grass.
Grass is bad. It's just weed, right?
Yeah, well, I say reefer all the time. Let me get some reefer.
Well, I think the kids now call it if it's not inedible, if it's flour.
Oh yeah, flour.
Yeah, they call it flour.
It's the fucking dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, you got wax and flour and all that stuff. you know.
Where'd you learn that, Cheech? Drug school?
I lived in Colorado. I plead the fifth. Anyway, moving on.
So yeah, drug school. You lived in Colorado.
Yep.
All right, time for
I worked in the marijuana industry.
marijuana, the Real Buzz Rundown. And since it's Caitlin's
Triumphant return.
triumphant return, we'll go ahead and we'll start with you, Caitlin.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
This
Sorry.
movie is exactly what airheaded Bush voters needed in the early 2000s.
And prepubescent boys.
Yeah, apparently
That was me.
Prepubescent boys. No one with half a brain could watch this movie and truly enjoy it because you want to punch Ashton Kutcher in the face as soon as they get to Europe.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I wanted to punch him in the face way sooner than when they got to Europe.
I can allow all the goofy antics as they're getting together and moving in, and they've been together, a year before they get married?
Less.
It seemed like a month or two,
No,
right?
they said they had been living together for 9 months.
And
Okay.
they moved in together after a month.
Okay, so 10 months.
Less than a year.
Some of us have been down that road, and I don't like your tone.
Sorry. I actually bring that up, and I probably would have offended you. I've been like, hey, who the fuck moves in with each other after fucking and gets married before a year? My bad.
Anyways, as soon as he gets to Europe, he's just a dick. Like going up to the travel agent to get the car and just like.
I will say that travel agent was a bit of a dick to him, though.
He was, but at the same time, they're just so tired of ignorant, rednecky, white Americans coming in, acting like they can say whatever they want, do whatever they want, shoving prongs into plugs that don't fit and trying to burn down castles.
Yeah,
I ain't about it.
White America!
He has the fucking line where he's like, you need to get the sign that has some American on it.
And she goes,
It's
I think
like,
you mean English. He's like, honey, I'm trying to negotiate. No, you're not. You're
And
not
just-
negotiating.
Just not to defend what he says or how he acts in this movie, but it was made in 2003. We were all still high off of the fucking patriotism of 9/11. We hadn't found out there was no WMDs yet,
It's true.
So
They were in France.
it was weird to see in this day and age to see like his just like wearing a USA hat and all that stuff. Which, again, if you want to be a patriot, I'm a patriot. I'm all for it. But I wouldn't be wearing the USA hat in
No.
France.
It's because
seeking out
this
the
movie
American
was
mark.
made for low IQ Bush voters
Yeah. Well, and
Who need-
prepubescent boys,
and prepubescent boys. Anyways, back to
which
the
was
movie.
me.
Back to the movie. Another
anymore.
movie trope I'm really tired of. Really tired of is people maxing out credit cards and going into debt for these outrageous honeymoons.
They do kind of minimize doing that. And
Exactly. Because he was like, we're paying out the ass. I'll be putting this on the credit card. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you wanna,
This is why
you wanna
we
read
have
those
such
agreements.
debt problem.
Yeah, you want to see what the APR is on those things especially with the interest.
Are
It
you
can get
getting
pretty
any
bad.
miles to at least fly home on these credit cards? What are we doing here? Okay.
Not back then, you weren't.
Not back then, you weren't. So
And his only job
so
is
exhausting.
fucking every
Doing
other
the
week at the overnight graveyard shift doing
doing the fucking weather.
yeah. When the normal guy's sick, he doesn't have a job other than that.
No.
So and I have
Worthless.
been
How's he pay for that apartment?
I've been to Europe. Okay, not in the early 2000s, obviously. So inflation, but you cannot
Yeah,
work
I mean,
a PRN job and afford to stay in these grand 5-star luscious hotels.
You have to explain what PRN is.
Not all the time. When needed.
Oh, part-time. Thank you. Okay.
Not part-time. When needed.
Okay.
Part-time is still 26 hours a week.
Oh,
at
okay.
most
Sorry.
jobs.
I was not familiar with that jargon. Okay, PRN.
Yeah, it's so basically when needed. So his job would be PRN when that guy was sick.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that means he might get 15 hours a week. You can't be working those kinds of hours and take this expensive vacation. I could literally pull up a trip today just to go to France, not even to Italy where they also went, or Germany. And it's going to be for a week for 2 adults, $4,000 to $5,000 with flights, because the flights are the expensive part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And her family wasn't paying for it. Like, if that's his contribution, if that's what he's paying for, they should have done something more reasonable. And I don't think she cared. I don't think she needed to go to Europe. I think he had this pissing contest with Peter because they went backpacking.
Yeah, dude. And
She would have gone to the beach and been fine with it.
and he's a cracker. Anyway. At the beginning, I don't understand why she's getting a ride from him when they just broke up. I didn't realize taxis weren't a thing at the airport.
well, even before
No,
that,
taxis were a thing at the airport, but Uber wasn't.
yeah, and
but
she
taxi.
saw the shit show and she was like, I'm not going to get that. But this movie starts off with like no words and them just fighting throughout the airport. And it's like, well, we got a battle of the sexes on our hand here. And I don't know. I thought it was all corny. Her throwing the
it is.
gum, him bowling her down with the luggage tray and then falling down or whatever. It's just like, God damn it.
It was a weird choice to start the movie off by just having them being like, this doesn't work out. This is bad. But you already know that. But going in, it's weird to have the cold open and be like, hey, this got fucking terrible.
Yeah, it didn't need to be like a flashback movie, I don't think.
No.
They could have just played it start to finish and it would have been fine.
And it would have been 5 minutes less if they hadn't played the first five minutes.
And their wedding was ugly. For as much money as her family has, that was a
That's subjective. I
Trashy
mean, it was
ass
fine.
early 2000s decor all the way.
A couple of things that date this movie pretty poorly. Well, not poorly. They
Her
just date the
dress,
movie.
number one.
Well, I was going to say the answering machine and getting sports scores from the paper.
Yeah,
Also
well,
accurate.
and anything that Ashton wears, he's wearing all that baggy shit, and it's
Yeah.
just like, my
True.
God, that was fashionable back then.
Also, if you're on vacation, I don't care what kind of vacation. I don't care if it's your honeymoon or just normal vacation. If you're more obsessed with getting your team's sports scores, unless that's your full-time job. Like, if you're Nick Wright and that's your full-time job.
He was trying to make it his full-time job.
No, he wasn't.
He said hopefully he won sports one day. He wanted to be in sports on the radio.
But he wasn't doing it right now. And so if you're on your honeymoon and you're like, is there a TV in here?
Yeah,
I will punch you straight in the
I had
dick.
a big problem the whole time. It's like you got
Punch you in the dick.
Brittany Murphy there
Right?
That's what the French guy said.
and some
That's what the
leather
bellboy
pants,
said.
ready to go. And you wanna watch Netflix?
You wanna get ESPN so you can watch.
Yeah,
some
not even Netflix
baseball?
and chill. You know, you just want to put on some sports.
Not only that, he's worried
And I
about the
fucking
saddest
love
sport on
sports.
earth, baseball.
You know I do, yeah.
And I'm very excited for baseball season to start. Royals just got Andrew Benintendi. Let's fucking go. But if I'm in Europe and I'm staying at a castle and I just got
You're
the
not gonna be
fucking
mad that the
Megatron
only TV is in
6000,
the
you know,
bar.
and my wife is like, remember that time in college I told you I used this big fucking dildo? We're going to use it now.
It is weird that they get this big sex one. It's like, where's the TV? It's like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Just have sex with your wife,
You've
man.
got the Jizzmaster 6000 and you want to know the fucking Dodgers score?
And I can get...
Do you see?
I give them some
Awful.
credit for it, you know, or I give the movie some credit for them not having sex on their wedding. I've never been married, but I'm guessing, you know, she was drunk. She got the nose. Like, I won't fault them for that night not banging.
Mm-hmm.
But this entire movie,
Your
he's not
honeymoon?
just
Come
fucking her.
on.
Like, yeah, what is up with that?
You're in a castle.
They're not fucking each other. But
Have
she's definitely
castle
putting out the,
sex.
yeah, she's putting out the, let's go to the bathroom.
Have
I don't even give a shit that
castle
this
sex.
racist fat guy that's sweating just got out of the
shit
toilet.
His whole bowel.
Mexican food. That's an oxymoron.
Yeah, that
He's
was
like, oh my God, you can't say that.
That's pretty well. When you could know 3. No, it was pretty wild that she was like, just breathe through your mouth. I'm like, then you're just tasting it. What are you talking about? Just breathe through your mouth.
Just tasting it. Ew.
Maybe it's just because I still always see Brittany Murphy through her 8 Mile character, who's a very sexual girl. You know, she's
And
getting railed all the
trashy,
time.
yeah.
Very trashy, yeah. But that's
She
kind of how I
definitely
see her in
get
this
railed
too.
in a poopy bathroom.
Like she just seems like a yeah.
Are you calling her a hooer?
Her
character.
Kyle, she
Her
was
character.
a hooer.
I think her character in this, she definitely wasn't deflowered on her wedding night for the first time. Like
She done
was
B-Rabbit
like,
wrong in that movie, by the way.
Hey, listen, your parents know you're a bit of a hoe. They know you're not a virgin.
I loved that line in the movie because I'm married. It's my wedding night. My parents are going to know I'm not a virgin anymore. She's crying in the bed. I'm like, really?
They're gonna know
Really?
you deflowered me.
Your parents
Really?
aren't stupid, man. You're
Your
an
mom's
adult.
name is
Mom's
Pussy.
name is Pussy.
Pretty great.
It's not a good joke.
lot of great. No, I completely will.
Wrong.
Oh, you could
It's a
call me
bad joke.
Pussy now.
Yeah.
No.
Pussy's a
No, I
mess. Just so
can't.
you know.
There were 2 things in this movie and this movie came out 2 years before Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
But this part where she's like, "Oh, you can just call me Pussy," reminds me of when she's like, "You can call me Kitty, Kitty Cat, Kitty Cat." Which Wedding Crashers did it better. But then also the flag football scene.
Yep.
That's straight out of Wedding Crashers, but this came first. So there
So
were a
they
couple
stole it.
things. Yeah, exactly. This
Wedding
movie had an
Crashers
impact.
executed both those
better.
scenes
They
much
got
better.
better actors.
But
They
they
made it
still
more
stole it.
charming. Yeah.
Oh, before
but-
we get off the plane here, the close it, bitch kid's really funny.
What?
Close it, bitch!
There's
Oh,
a
the
lock
kid,
on the
the little
door,
kid, yeah.
Junior. I'm claustrophobic.
But I lulled at that line. The kid's funny. The line
I
was
thought that
executed
was
well.
funny
It's really
too.
good.
And I laughed when the fat guy came out of the bathroom too. The next time they go to that, the whole when they're trying to join the Mile High Club and the fucking stewardess is banging on the door and she's like, "Beat it, Stow!"
She calls him. Well, yeah, it's a flight attendant now, but like, yeah, you call her Stu. Like, that's a
Yeah.
great fucking neg
And
for
they're
a
both
flight
beating. You
attendant.
can tell the
Yeah.
camera was just right there, like when they were filming it. I thought that was funny. Brittany Murphy, rest in peace. She did a good job.
She's a great actress. I think she's very. Well, I think she's very
She was
talented.
the only decent part of this movie.
Yeah, but she still
And
wasn't
it wasn't
great
that
in
good.
it,
Don't
yeah.
don't forget about Pussy. She was good too.
Say hi to Pussy for me. Ashton
I am
definitely
gonna
wasn't
drop
that good.
kick you.
Well, she wasn't bad.
She was awful. Her whole family was awful. Yuan was the best part. I take it back. Yuan was the best part of the movie.
You was pretty funny.
Her dad, that guy is just always like kind of a sleazy guy. I feel like he's a news reporter in a lot of things
He
I've
is,
seen him into.
yeah. Calls him a cracker. It's such a weird
Well,
choice.
Yeah,
he
it's
calls
a
him a
weird
Polak at
insult.
one point.
Yeah.
Like, just gets pretty racist.
I did
He's
find
like,
it weird that
whoa.
his biggest criticism of Tom was like, for God's sakes, he's a Polak.
Where's it say in your book that my daughter's going to marry a Polak? It's like, Jesus fucking
and
Christ,
by your
guy.
book, he means the Bible.
Yeah, by the Bible, because he was talking to the father.
Yeah, the priest.
Yeah, her whole family was kind of scummy. I don't know. There's really no redeeming characters in this movie. I
Open the
wouldn't say.
gate, Yuan.
Maybe
Yeah.
Yuan, I guess.
It is weird. Also weird how she prioritized this. This would bother the fuck out of me if I was on a honeymoon and my fresh wife. That's a weird term. My new wife decide prioritize calling her parents over just going to the bone zone.
But like from a safety point of view,
She wasn't calling them for safety. She was calling them to be like, "Hi, Dad."
Yeah, but he also wasn't taking her to the bone zone at the time.
he
But
was
he's-
asking about the TV.
Yeah, he was worried about the TV.
And but here's travel wise, I am definitely gonna text somebody and let them know I made it to our destination safe.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with her calling her parents. But what I did have a problem with was the entire time that they were walking into the hotel with the whole bonjour, merci,
Annoying.
bonjour. I get it, couples, they're doing cute little couple
And
stuff, but I was
she
just,
she
fuck
speaks
this.
French and she
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I think they don't. So going back to making the American plug fit in the European outlet, that was just really stupid. Obviously,
And
it's
might
not
I
going to
say,
fit. But
They are very different outlets.
they're not even close.
Like European outlets are diagonal and ours are straight. There's no physical.
But I think the hotel has some responsibility here because he's like, this wiring was installed before World War I. Well, Chief, you might want to redo that.
Why?
Because it's
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, it's a hotel. It's a place where public people live. Have you heard of electric fires?
You only get electric fires if you're trying to shove an American item into the wrong outlet.
I think there are dead people who disagree with you. Electrical
think-
fires happen because of bad wiring all the time. Not all the time.
Here's
but
the thing. Stone also doesn't catch on fire, Rob. It is a stone castle.
Your mom's a stone castle.
You're just mad because I'm better than you.
Don't talk about Linda that way.
Linda, which one is
You guys called her Linda.
Yeah,
Linda's Corner, but it's Lisa. Her name is Lisa.
And I'm also not sure they understand the severity
She
of...
will never make you cookies.
Oh,
No,
well, damn.
Hey, go back and listen to the record. I'm the one
You're
that's supposed
pro.
to get
No,
the
no.
cookies.
You're pro Linda. I
Yeah.
know.
I'm pro Linda?
No, you said some offensive stuff about women, I think.
Oh, well, yeah.
She doesn't like that when you do that.
I do that, but...
She listens and she says, "Man,
I mean,
Rob
I
really
do
has a
that.
thing against women, doesn't he?"
No, but I don't. I just think that they're stupid. That's all. They
Yep.
just have smaller brains.
There we go.
Hey, real quick, when they were still on the airplane before the Mile High scene, this is just another douchey Ashton Kutcher thing, but she was like, yeah, let's go fuck in the bathroom pretty much. And he goes, Jimmy Crack Corn. Did you notice that?
I missed that
Who
entirely.
wrote this script?
But that's
it's so
really-
fucking bad.
Jimmy Crack Corn, and got up and followed her, and I was like, my God, this sucks. He just sucks so bad.
That just sounds like something that Ashton may have improvised.
Yeah, I think he's really from Iowa, and that sounds like a thing somebody from Iowa would say.
It's just not. It's not good.
Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care. Gonna go have sex in the bathroom here.
Oh, that's remix.
Remix.
We should make that into a TikTok. Maybe Jack Black will see it.
Yeah, what's up, Jack Black?
I really don't think they understand the severity of their circumstances when they're trapped in the snow-engulfed car. It's like we'll just dig ourselves out tomorrow.
No,
It's
see,
like,
they would
yeah.
actually freeze to death.
you would
Yeah,
freeze
they
to
would-
death.
yeah,
They'd be
absolutely.
dead.
They would have been dead.
You want to make out and
Here's
get
the
drunk?
thing.
I did appreciate he was like, that's not going to get me drunk.
What
That's
was it?
realistic.
Why wouldn't it
it
get
was
him
like a half
of
bottle of
champagne?
champagne. It was a smaller bottle of champagne.
Yeah, okay.
And
yeah.
champagne typically has a fairly low alcohol content to begin with.
It's got like 12%. I mean,
Not necessarily.
Depends on what you're looking at. If it's from a beer perspective, it's high. If from a hard liquor, it's low.
I don't think that two grown adults that party like those two do could
That
have
share a
spent.
bottle of wine and
Yeah.
gotten drunk. No. Here's a PSA for everyone out there. If you are stuck in your car in a snowdrift, don't go to sleep.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. You'll freeze to death.
That's the key. Just don't go to sleep. Stay
Well-
awake. Slap yourself a little bit. Don't go to sleep.
Wait, why? What would going to sleep do? Would it make it easier to die?
Your body temperature lowers in your sleep, which then compounds with the lower temperature outside, and you will freeze to death.
You heard it here first.
And then what was up with that fucking old German lady? So I
They
had some
fucking
problem.
bopped their car
They get-
off the cliff.
I
Oh
had-
my god.
I had a problem with, so they get kicked out of the hotel. I understand that. Absolutely. They fucking ruin the wiring.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
that
like,
aside.
maybe don't throw snowballs at people's cars.
And I get that it's 2003, so there's no smartphones and shit. But you're telling, and I get that there's not a Howard Johnson's. But you're telling me they had to drive all the way from France
What?
to
So-
Germany.
That's the Hojo you're referring to?
Yeah, the Hojo.
Hojo.
Let's go to the Hojo.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
The Howard Johnson's.
I don't know what that is.
It's a hotel. Didn't you ever watch Mad Men?
No, I thought it was. I couldn't get into it.
No. Well,
I tried like three
know what I'm
different
talking
times.
about?
That makes a lot of sense.
that's how I know about Howard Johnson's is because of Mad Men. But they were hotels with orange roofs, I guess, back in the day.
Oh,
He has a real
He said
small
something
brain.
about, should we have a Howard Johnson's with an orange roof? And he was like, yeah, I would like that. And then that's when he says, let's go to the Hojo.
It's basically like a Red Roof Inn,
Oh, well, I know what that is. I'm
And
familiar
I-
with
but
those.
like way fancy.
And I've never been to Europe, so I hope to God that they don't have a
They do
fucking
not have a
Super
Hojo's.
8 on every
Yeah.
goddamn exit like we do.
They do
but
not.
Europe also, I'm sure, has hotels.
Hostels,
around.
They do.
hotels.
Hostels.
Yeah.
They do.
They have to drive from France all the way to goddamn Germany, and
That is not
I had
accurate.
a problem with their trip too because they were like, "Oh, let's just drive to the next place in France," and then they're like, "Oh, the Schluss Hindenstedt," and it's like that's not fucking French, that's German.
Yeah.
They never talk about how they crossed.
The
into
driver
Germany.
was German too.
Then they went down to Italy, I guess. I mean, they took quite the road trip through Europe, and they didn't have fun anytime during it.
Especially because
I
like
don't
you can
know.
go real fast on those, not with
Yeah.
the snow.
But
That'd
not
be
with that
dangerous.
smart car, I guess. But still, I don't know. But then that old German bitch that just knocked her car off the road. Like, what's up with that?
Speaking of
Gives
smart
him the
cars,
finger.
do you remember we took that
He threw
trip?
a snowball at her car.
He did throw the snowball, but still,
He was trying to
Wait
get their
for the
attention.
just wait for the next person.
knock their car off the mountain and give them the finger. That's a little rough.
I love it.
Yeah.
But that to
That's
me,
that's the old woman I aspire to be. Actually,
that was another sign that it was the Bush years, that it's like, we're Americans, fuck everyone else, they're all assholes. Because that was the sentiment
also
in
accurate.
2003.
I think that's. I could be wrong. I don't know. I think that sentiment has been magnified quite a little bit.
Yeah, but I
Just
don't.
for the
I don't
Trump
feel that
years.
way
But you know
anymore.
what?
But
It's gonna get better.
yeah,
It's gonna get better.
when I was 12 years old, I mean, I don't remember that scene, but I was probably like, yeah, fuck all Europeans, you know?
Yeah, fuck French people.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be able to travel back to Europe.
I want to go. I'm supposed to go to Spain in like a month, but it's not going to happen.
What do you mean it's not going to happen?
Well,
The restrictions won't be lifted. Then.
Oh,
Taking
damn it, man!
Americans.
I've been to Spain. Spain's great.
we're going to go in 2022.
I'm gonna go back to Ireland as soon as I can. As soon as the borders open,
Make sure to try the paella.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm leaving.
I'm trying to.
The last thing,
yeah,
the last
yeah,
thing I
okay.
had was this the trampy girl that Ashton ends up
Wendy.
Wendy.
Her fucking highlights. Her hair is vile.
Very early 2000s.
It's
though.
vile.
So
That was the Kelly Clarkson.
that was Sam had got to my house around that time, and she's like, "Woof, who's this chick?" And then she was like, "I'm gonna do my hair like that." And I
Hell
was like,
yeah.
Please do.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah. The
Hair's
chick kind
hair,
of
you
looks
can
like
fix it.
Carmen Electra back in the day.
yeah, a little bit.
I thought it was Carmen Electra at first.
She looks like she has striped hair because she does
that
have
was
striped
it
hair.
in the 2000s, though.
I remember it just hasn't aged well. Anybody else have anything else?
You
Yes.
haven't aged well.
Yes, I've got
That's fact. I have not.
I've got quite a few notes.
Oh, please.
Well, not quite a few. I'm trying to make sure I cross them off as we go. So, first thing, and I might have already said this, but if you accidentally kill your girlfriend's dog, are you just coming clean and telling her?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do
It's-
too.
that's-
Instead of like,
You either come in clean or you carry that to your grave. It's one of the two.
and so
See,
You don't come clean later.
I guess it's just lucky it didn't happen in front of her because my dog killed a pet once.
yeah. See,
Oh
and then
yeah,
as
your
I was
dog
writing
killed
that
your
note-
girlfriend's. Sorry, your dog killed your boyfriend's cat.
Yeah, it was real rough.
But you guys are still together, right?
Yeah.
So see,
Yeah, but it wasn't like Caitlyn killed the cat. It was
right.
Valkyrie.
She is a dick.
She's a
But anyway, the thing is that you guys talked about it and you didn't lie and try to say that it was a fucking pigeon. You
course
know?
Well, he
not.
also saw it.
Well, okay.
So
God, that would be.
That's-
Anyway, yeah, that's a
a little
gruesome
different.
thought.
You also
I'm going to tell him
witnessed
not
it,
to
yeah.
listen to this episode.
but another trigger warnings. You were talking about those. A problem I have though. So this whole movie is a flashback, pretty much, right? You know, it starts and then flashback, and he goes, "Well, maybe if I had got the proposal right," and then they show him killing the dog, and then them at the grave, and her saying, "I want to marry you."
And then he's like, okay.
He never really
So
proposed.
he never proposed.
Exactly.
Next thing I know, we're at the wedding ceremony. So I kept waiting for him to like fuck up asking the question.
Oh, that was it.
But I was, yeah,
That was how he fucked up.
maybe he should have. The line should have been, "And I didn't even propose" or something, because I kept waiting for a flaw in his proposal.
Yeah,
It
no,
And
didn't
I think
happen.
I think the flaw was that he didn't do a proposal.
Yeah, you kind of have to read between the lines though.
You
And in this
can't
movie, spoon feed me this shit.
I'm
you
actually-
know?
You can't just say, let's get married. Okay, and then get married. Like, you got to do some kind
Right,
of
that's-
something.
That didn't seem like a proposal
It
to
wasn't.
me. And
It
then
was-
the next thing, they're pulling into her house and telling everyone's there.
We're gay.
Wait, have its time though. Had the lady proposing to the guy.
But
That
did she
wasn't a
actually? I don't think
proposal.
she actually proposed. That's the problem.
She said, "I will
wanna
marry
marry
you."
you.
yeah, but that's different.
Let's get married.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There's still got to be something.
Yeah,
do
there's
agree.
still got to be. Will you marry
There's
me? Though
still got to
you know?
be.
The verb matters there. And
Yeah.
Instead of want, it going. Yeah, it matters. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there was no
You've
proposal.
been married, you
really.
know this.
If anything, there
The
was.
verbiage matters.
If anything, the proposal was her saying it was actually him about to come clean about murdering the dog by accident, and then her saying, "Well, I want to marry you," and him saying, "Well, then let's go get in my fucking old Dodge Challenger and drive to your parents' house and tell them."
It does seem like an irresponsible and not well thought out decision.
Yeah, yeah.
That was their whole lives. That was their shtick.
So I had a bit of a problem with that.
She
I was
likes
like,
him
"Where's the
because he's
proposal?"
irresponsible.
Rightfully so. Yeah, yeah, I think she does. She's attracted to the. I like how she's like, oh, if I just wanted to be rich and like have my whole life be secure, and I would marry that guy. But I like the fact that I have no fucking idea what
What's
you're
gonna
gonna do.
happen?
Well, and
Yeah.
that's a good transition because I want to spend more time
Spontaneity.
on Peter Prentice.
I
Let's
would've
do
married
it.
Peter Prentice.
So Peter Prentice,
He's objectively a better choice to be married to.
well, and
Objectively, subjectively, objectively, all the jectivelys.
Yes.
just objectively.
Just
Objectively, she should have married
Just
Peter.
objectively, yeah.
Peter.
So, but if we look at him as just his character, not his actual performance or anything, but his role in the movie. He's supposed to be an antagonistic guy to go up against the protagonist guy that you're supposed to love, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So I guess, in a sense, why he's there at the engagement, so we can be introduced to him. But I thought it was very weird that he was there when they were like, hey, we're getting married.
But
He works for her dad.
But they never dated.
I know.
And they only had sex the one time. So like, and her family doesn't even know that. So all they know is that.
But
that's a
her
friend of the
dad
family.
clearly wants her to marry him.
Of course.
Yes, but
yeah.
if they never dated, it wouldn't necessarily be awkward if he's a friend of the family to be at the engagement.
Yeah, and he's like the Sack character, the Sack Lodge character from Wedding Crashers.
Dude, Bradley Cooper's upcoming, yeah.
But
Bradley Cooper. I'd marry him too.
So I already kind of talked
I'd
about
marry him.
his karate line. But then another one of his lines that got me, I was just like, God damn it. It's like, guess I should have been courting Sarah here instead of spending 19-hour days at the office.
Very awkward
It's
line.
Like, God damn, that's so cheesy.
It was forced.
And
You know you rich though.
he did a good job of being that, I guess, sleazy kind of guy that's
he
going to
wasn't
hit
even
on your
that
girlfriend. He
he
wasn't
wasn't
even
even
that
that
sleazy.
sleazy.
That's true. But I will say, so
I
when
did
he
not
picks
get
her
the
up,
sleaziest vibe
I
from
think he roofied her. When he picked her up in Italy, and he's like, "We're going to our friend's house." She hadn't been drinking with Ashton during the day, right? And then they open a bottle of champagne or whatever. And
I mean,
he's like,
she's a lightweight.
"Drink this champagne."
No,
and then
she'd
they
been
get to the
drinking-
old guy's
she'd been
house.
drinking in the room.
The old guy's like having to hold her up and stuff. I don't know.
She'd
I
been
think he might have
drinking
dropped a roofie.
She'd been drinking in the room.
His
Okay.
face looks like he'd roofie someone.
I know. He just looks like a guy. The scarf looks like somebody that would roofie someone.
What a
you know?
douche.
Yeah.
Y'all are just jealous of his style.
I just flew in. We're trying to make a chocolate deal or whatever the fuck he said. It was something about buying
No, it was.
chocolates.
No,
Yeah,
you're
it was
100%
like
correct.
fucking-
It's just a ridiculous. I was like, I'm meeting the Swiss chocolate makers, and we're
He can trace his
striking a
lineage.
deal.
He can trace his lineage back to Machiavelli.
Yeah.
I'd be all over that shit. I'd be like, okay.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Midnight in Paris?
Is that with Ethan Hawke?
No, it's with Owen Wilson and.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen it. I know it.
It's a Woody Allen
Yeah,
movie.
Woody Allen movie.
Anyway, there's. I'll just move on from there. There's a character that's very much like Prentice, but you guys haven't seen it. So anyway.
Cheap man sack lunch.
I was stoked, or I thought it was really funny that Raylan's dad from Justified, he's also like the leader of the New Founding Fathers in one of the Purge movies, but he was Old Man Lezak or whatever, and everyone
Was.
at
He's the guy
wedding-
with the minigun from the Purge movie.
Yeah, and no, well, he wasn't the minigun guy. He's the old guy. He's Raylan's dad from Justified.
It's been so long since I've watched Justified. I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, he's that. He was
Justified's on
Lezak's
Netflix
dad.
right now.
It's a great fucking series.
Yeah, he was
it is good.
Lezak's dad in this too.
Right. Yeah, I know who you're referring to.
So anyway, when he's at the wedding, he's like walking down the aisle, and there's just a brief cut where everyone's like, "Fuck yeah, man!" and they're like all high fiving him. Did you notice that?
Yes.
And it was
Like
just a
he's a
random
tiny
cutaway,
celebrity.
and it was just like, oh, that was cool. Everyone was stoked as fuck to see that guy.
Kind of a letdown with the character reveal there. He just
Yeah,
seemed-
yeah.
yeah,
Like,
nothing.
who did you want him to be? The
I don't know.
Fonz?
I kind of wanted it to be like, well, not to keep
Like
making
in Knocked Up when it turns out it's what's his name? from
Harold
Ghostbusters?
Ramis.
Yeah.
Or even like the reveal of Will Ferrell's character in Wedding Crashers. I wanted it to be more like that.
Yeah.
Like you hear about this Chaz guy the whole time and his rules, and then he's revealed and he's a fucking character. That guy wasn't a character at all. He was just like, what? You think that's what love is? Hey, dum-dum, that's not what love is. It's going to be hard times. Now go back and get your girl. And that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that quintessential 2000s movie right there.
Yep. I didn't really like the melodrama, so I'm kind of going back for my notes before they got to Europe. That's when I took most of the notes because that's when I had most of the problems. The Europe trip, that's just when they're doing stupid jokes to try to make it. But when they're setting up their love and stuff, it's like, I got some problems with it. Yeah. And I think that, like, them getting married and, like, right before they go down the aisle, Homeboy's like, well, you never found out if she banged fucking Prentice. And he's like, oh, you're bad. And then
He's the worst best man ever.
Yeah, and then she's like, well, I banged Prentice, but I can't tell him. You know, it's like, oh, man, this whole mistrust that you're going on into this marriage with, I don't know.
Oh, I actually missed a couple of things because that
You're
reminds me.
cruising for a bruising, having those type of things.
I wanted to talk about that. What is the whole? Why would you want to hear your significant other's roster? What's the advantage there?
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't want to know.
I don't think he wants to hear the roster. I think he only wants to know about Prentice because that's who's threatening.
But
him.
no, but there is the line when Kyle or
Oh, I
whatever is
know,
like,
like,
you didn't get the
you didn't get the
roster?
roster?
And I think if you ask those kind of, like, that's just cruising for a bruising, man. You're going to have hurt feelings no matter
Yeah,
what.
you don't want to know.
Yeah, unless she's like, oh, I fucking am a virgin, you know?
And there was one.
we know that wasn't
it's
the
just weird
case.
questions. Yeah.
What else were we talking? What are you
The
talking
chick
about?
who you hit with a football was like, let's go have sex.
There
She's
was
not
a girl-
virgin.
People don't meet like that, by the way.
There was a girl that I had kind of messed around with once, and we were going to, maybe talk, and she was like, well, give me your number. And I was like, well, why do you give a shit about that? And she was like, I'm not talking to you anymore until you give me your number. And I was like, I mean,
112.
I could give you my number, but I don't think I want to talk to you anymore, even just based on that. Like,
Keenan-
that's the deal breaker?
In the biz, the dating biz, in the biz, we call that a red flag.
Yeah, red flag. Exactly.
Well, he didn't date that girl, so I don't think he needs to worry about the red flag.
Yeah.
Well, and he currently has a girlfriend too, so there's that as well.
But yeah, anyway, that's that's what it reminded me of, was that chick freaking out. And I was just like, man, and maybe that's why she was freaking out, because she saw this movie too much growing up,
Possible.
This is not a good movie to like say, hey, this is how relationships
Yeah.
work. This is just not a good. If you want to take like, hey, before you guys get married, make sure you watch Just Married.
Real semi-abusive. It's not good.
The chemistry is never really great between them either. Like, I don't believe they're in love
childish.
pretty much at all.
They're fucking childish. They're immature and childish.
That is their chemistry.
I will say that the Brittany Murphy, like, when she did the best was in that Mile High scene, but then also when they get to the room in Italy, the shitty room, and like everything's falling apart, and she's just laughing her ass off. Like,
cracking
she's
up.
so cute.
I love her.
She was
Yeah,
just so cute.
I like her. I love Brittany Murphy, but I think this is the movie where I find like this was the phase of Brittany Murphy that was my favorite, when she did like this movie and Uptown Girls and there's a couple other ones. This is my favorite Brittany Murphy, my favorite
The
version.
cutesy version.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah, and when they were walking into that place in Italy, and the old lady was just farting up the stairs in front of them, I'll be honest, I was
I laughed.
cracking up during
I laughed.
that.
Of course you did.
I was
'cause you
like-
both are 12-year-old boys.
My note is that's Calvin's Italian aunt, because Calvin farts so much. There it is right there, and that's pretty much what it sounded like.
That is actually. Did you take that clip from the movie?
No, that's Calvin. That's
I know.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then the
I haven't
last
been gone
note,
that long.
the last note that I'll leave it
He
with.
farted into his headphone.
Yes. Well, this is microphone, but yeah.
I had a big problem with this.
Okay.
Him
After
farting
their-
into his headphone?
No, after their honeymoon, right, or after their wedding night, they're going on their honeymoon the next day. They wake up at 10:43 a.m. and
you
he
don't
goes,
set an alarm?
we have an international, he doesn't say international, but he's like, our flight's in an hour. There's no way you're making your goddamn international flight out of LAX with an hour to
2
spare.
years after 9/11? No.
Yeah, no fucking way.
No.
Not even if you're staying at a hotel at the airport.
Yeah,
You could
there's
be
just
literally
zero
sleeping in the
chance.
airport
Yeah.
and you're still not making it.
Yeah, you have to get through security. So I had a big problem with that. But other than that, I liked this movie when I saw it when I was 12 years old.
It was awful.
I can't
No,
recommend it.
I wouldn't recommend it.
As a 30-year-old man, I can't recommend it.
Exactly.
But it made me nostalgic for being that
Easier
young,
days.
Well, yeah, but you appreciate it for what you thought it was when you were 12.
Right. You
Rewatching
guys-
it now.
Simple.
Yeah.
And you guys had, neither of you seen this before this?
Nope.
Scenes, I've never watched it all the way through
Nope.
before this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I'd seen clips on the internet or whatever.
I think I just remember it because I had seen
Or like
it in
flipping
theaters.
channels on TV when they're showing it on MTV or whatever, but no.
All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
Let's do the damn thing. My kid might have a fever.
Moving on to Do You Know What Time It Is?
Get up.
It's time for Tipsy Trivia.
It's pretty close.
That's pretty good.
I've
pretty
never been
close.
so ready to do some trivia in my life.
It's a portion of the podcast where we have 5 trivia-based questions from the film. If Keenan and Caitlin get 3 of the 5 correct, I have to shotgun and they don't, and vice versa. But inevitably, we'll all end up shotgunning, except for Caitlin.
Because I'm a responsible adult.
She's a woman. Number 1. So that was nice. Women are
Nummer
responsible adults. Number 1, true or false? While filming the scene with the cockroach, they had to pause production multiple times because they kept losing track of the bug.
I'll say true.
True.
That is true. It was a layup. I gave you guys 1.
Yeah.
It is true. I mean, I could see that happening too. I also would not
Especially
be
if it's a
comfortable.
real cockroach.
I would not be comfortable having a cockroach just walk all over my face. Very gross. Not a fan.
You cockroaches. They should have just banged it. They should have just jumped in bed with that other couple.
I thought you were gonna be like,
rocked
they
each
should have
other's
banged the
world.
I thought the
cockroach.
other couple was going to like invite him in.
I think they
I
kind
mean,
of
like in
did.
the end, but I thought it was going to be like, of course, you get over the moment of shock and then they just be like,
They 100% had swinger vibes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because then they just kept fucking.
with the sheet taped up on the wall.
Oh, shit, my bad. Oh, he's just going.
They were
to town.
They
fucking
were Italian.
No.
audibly.
I know, but I don't know any Italian.
Okay.
Come bella c'è la luna, Billy Strata.
Oh, yeah, the take of this a dick.
There you go.
They're both fired.
Okay.
Fired.
I sang a Dean Martin song.
Dino Spumoni?
Yep.
Number 2, true or false, Brittany Murphy became fluent in French before filming this movie.
Like for this movie?
No, just in general.
Balls. There's
True.
no way.
It was false. She had to learn her French lines phonetically.
Damn it.
Yeah, there's no way.
That seems like something she might do.
She seemed like she delivered them kind of well.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, speaking from someone that took 2 years of French, but from a Spanish teacher. So,
That's wild.
yeah.
How?
Well, and he was American. Yeah, he had his doctorate in Spanish,
It's a lot of wrinkles
but
to this
he
story.
had like his minor in French. So Northwest was like, hey, we want to offer French. Can you teach French? But he would write shit on the board and be like, oh, sorry, that's Spanish. And
So he
he'd
was the
erase it.
American Spanish teacher who taught French.
Yeah, his wife was from Spain, though.
But that's still Spanish, not French.
And it was probably a mail order situation.
Awesome.
I don't think you can do that in Spain. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I don't
mail
know.
order from
I-
anywhere.
I feel like it was a green card marriage.
In fact, someone
Maybe
can
not
mail order
order,
me to a European country. That's fine. I'm available.
Caitlin is available to be mailed to you in Romania.
No,
Plus shipping and handling.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be very picky about where I get mail ordered. to.
Yeah, and she comes with a baby.
I do come with a baby.
And
I
her-
didn't make it, though, if that
and
makes
her,
you feel better.
And
There
her,
you go.
and her boyfriend might come as well. Number 3, this is Brittany Murphy's second time working with Christian Kane. That is Peter. Which prior film, sorry, it's fill in the blank. Which prior film did they work on together? I mentioned it, obviously when I was going over her credits. It's a movie about sports and things that have to do with, we have 4 of these in a year, seasons.
Oh, fuck, I don't know. I get what you're going with. Changing of the seasons, though. I don't fucking know.
Summer Catch.
Summer
You
Catch.
did not
yeah.
mention that in our credits.
I did.
You did not.
We can go back to the tape. I definitely did.
Did you mention it in both of their credits, though?
No, because he was honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
Because that also would have given it away.
Yeah. Summer Catch. Was that with Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Uh-huh.
You
Okay.
only said
She was the girl who gave her underwear away.
you only said
think I ever
you only said 2 movies before this for Brittany Murphy. You
Yeah.
said Clueless and Girl Interrupted.
Well, there's maybe okay. So maybe I didn't phrase the question correctly. This is Brittany Murphy's second time working with Christian Kane. What movie did they work on? You know what? I'm gonna go to the. Let me make sure here. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Either way, I wasn't going to get Summer Catch.
Yeah, it was before.
I was trying to think Girl Interrupted.
I missed. I didn't write the question well.
Good. Point us.
Yep.
What is Bags? Number 4. What is Bags? The French
Wait,
Bolt
what's number 3?
with Brittany Murphy in
What
second
was-
time working with Christian Kane.
We didn't miss it.
Then before that was Brittany Murphy came fluent in French.
Oh, okay. All right, 4. Yep. All right.
Number 4. What is Bags the French Bulldog's real dog name? Is it A, Charlie, B, Linus, C, Pigpen, D, Schroeder, or E, Snoopy?
You threw an E in there.
I threw an E in.
Will you say them all again?
So it's they're all Peanuts
Except for
characters.
Schroeder?
Schroeder's a Peanuts character. He plays
Okay.
the piano.
I'll say Linus.
Okay.
I'll say Charlie.
B, Linus.
All right, I'll take it.
But Charlie, Pigpen, Linus, Schroeder, and Snoopy.
So you're 4 for 4 and I'm 3 for 4.
Well, either way, Rob
Oh, no.
shotgunning.
You missed the French one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're both 3 for 4.
True.
3 for 3, though. That's all that matters.
Number 5, true or false? Brittany Murphy completed all of her own stunts on this movie.
False. She seems like a delicate flower.
I'll say true.
It is false. Ashton completed all of his own stunts, but Brittany Murphy insisted on
What
hiring
stunts did she
a
have?
stunt double. I don't know.
I don't even remember a stunt.
Getting hit by the football.
Oh, that's true. She did get hit back. You had nothing on it. What a
falling
corny
out
way
of-
for them to
falling
meet,
out
too.
of the
People don't meet
airplane
like that.
bathroom. It's a meet cute. That's what the kids call it these days.
Meet cute.
Meet cute.
A meet cute?
That's when you meet in real life, IRL.
Oh,
Like a cute way to meet. A meet cute.
it doesn't happen.
Like a cube? I think
Well,
they
yeah,
did, and
most
it's
of us
always
date
sunny about
online
this.
because we're fucking adults and don't have time to go to bars. Bars aren't open. So
Yeah. I'm probably, yeah.
Start dating a coworker. That's what I did.
Work from
No.
home, so I have to start dating one of my dogs.
Yeah.
no. There was
that's
a
what
whole,
it comes
that was
to.
a
There
whole
you go.
thing. People went to jail. Let's not.
Dating their dogs or their coworkers?
Both.
Dogs.
Okay.
Dogs.
Drinking Buddies.
Portion of the podcast where we choose a character, not an actor, but a character from the film that we would get irresponsibly shit-faced fucked up, shy vote if you will, and I will, with Caitlin, who's your drinking buddy?
Yuan.
No, okay, that's a good one. Yeah, you could probably take some shots.
As far as I'm concerned, the only choice for me is Kyle.
Thank you.
Oh, I was thinking pussy, but okay.
The pussy would.
Pussy's also a great choice. I'm revising from Kyle to pussy.
You're going with pussy. I'm going with Kyle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with pussy. See it. Pussy's a mess right now. I just want to prepare you.
I really like the internet memes with like all the. This is dude's Kyle, and he's drinking the monsters and like punching holes in walls.
drywall,
yeah.
One
those
time
always
we
make
had
me
a
laugh.
whole Kyle party because a couple of Kyles had birthday parties really close together. And so they switched out all the Red Bull for Monsters at Brick House, and they all took birthday pictures punching through pieces of drywall.
Rest in peace, Brick House.
It's not closed.
It is. You're talking about the one that used to be the Tanners right by the well.
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different place. I apologize. That
Was
was.
Brick House the one
Brick House
in
used to
Martini
be,
Corner?
Yeah, it used to be Velvet Dog.
Oh yeah. Okay,
You're
sorry.
thinking of the Brick.
I'm thinking of it's called the Brick. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were overpriced and decent, I guess.
Brick House has some pretty good
No,
grilled
Brick
cheeses.
House is
Oh.
fucking dope.
Did you used to work there?
No.
Oh, okay.
All my friends work there.
Okay.
I remember when it was the Velvet Dog and there were mannequins hanging all over the place.
One of my good friends started it.
I blacked out at the Velvet Dog on my 21st birthday.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
Um,
True story.
where did
Sorry,
go
I
for my
completely
21st
derailed that. I
birthday?
apologize. I had the wrong.
But yeah, I'm
place.
drinking with Kyle. Kyle's and
Anyways.
Chad's types of dudes, different types of dudes, but I'm drinking with Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle's are better than Chad's. Chad's will definitely date rape a girl.
Yeah, Chad's are date rape.
Anyone named Chad, we mean it. You will date rape someone.
Please
heard it here
contact
first.
us on our BuzzFeed page.
If that gets you to write in, something
Real
did.
buzz
Thank God.
Chad, if any of you Chads out there listening want to call in and defend your honor about
There
not
is a
date raping
voicemail
someone,
option.
no, we'll have you on the show live. We'll talk about this.
Oh, that's fine too. But I'm just letting them know there's a voicemail option.
There's a voicemail option.
Now, why do you need to date rape a girl? That was Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
I was going
yeah.
for Dr. Phil. Anyway.
I thought you were going for Bill Cosby for a second.
Now, what the pudding in the bar?
The pudding pops. You took
Because he did.
Oh,
he
what
did do
you
that.
know?
Oh, you put the date rape in the martini and you said, okay, there you go, Mr. Squeezy. That was a little too much.
If anyone offers you a hot Cosby, say no.
No, I don't think anyone's going to be offering that. Okay.
This still smells normal. I feel okay.
Rotten Tomatoes over under. I will set the critics at a 19% for this film.
Under.
Yeah, I gotta guess under.
It's over. It's 20.
Okay.
1%.
The audience score I will set at a 50%.
Over. They spent a lot of money on it.
It's an under. 47%.
God damn it.
IMDb was
5.5.
5.5.
I gave it a 2.5.
My Real Buzz rating.
Out of 5?
No, I didn't say.
He's doing it out of 5 now.
Oh, we're doing 5 beers. So Real Buzz rating 1.5
No, I
beers
said
out of 5.
on IMDb.
Oh,
I
you
gave it a
you
2.5.
actually gave it
Oh,
a
that's right, because
2.5.
you said you're rating movies now. Yeah.
You literally did it.
If I have to watch this shit, y'all gonna hear about it on IMDb.
Yep. 1.5 beers out of 5 for me.
I gave it a 1,
1 beers out of 5.
and
Okay.
that's generous.
Yeah, I'll give it 1.5.
1.5 beers. Oh,
I'll give it 1.75 just because of my nostalgia factor.
And Brittany
if you
Murphy.
watched this back in the day, but it's really not worth watching anymore.
should be noted that when I rented this on Amazon, the viewer reviews had it at 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, no, the
Mine
viewer
too.
reviews.
Yeah. It was,
Being
what?
Well, yeah,
It's
it'd be the
just
same.
Yeah.
Lonely 30-something-year-old women who are like, oh, I just want to feel like a teen again.
I was very surprised that it had that
No.
many stars, though.
It's a lot of stars
I'm
for a shitty
sad that I
movie.
had to pay for this movie.
Man,
Man.
I'm not sad about it. I
I'm sad
I
about
kind of
it.
knew it was going to suck, so.
But we need to start doing more free movies so that our listeners can also view. The
Yeah, no,
movies.
but
Unless you have the DVD somewhere.
Who the fuck has this on DVD? I got a
Oh,
lot
I
of
bet-
DVDs, and I do not have this on DVD.
I don't have it on DVD either.
Well, but when it comes first, it's the movie. It's got to be the right movie. It can't just be for free. But if there is, I will make it. I will start looking at free movies a lot harder because I know there's SWAT. SWAT's for free on Netflix.
Oh, we got to do SWAT.
Yeah,
I've been asking
maybe
to
we
do
do
SWAT.
Let me
SWAT.
pull. There was like I started a bunch on Amazon the other day, Prime, because they're free on Prime.
If you have Prime. We say free as long as you have the services, but if you don't have the services, then what the fuck are you doing with your life at this point?
And
you know?
if you want to
get some friends.
if you want to rent them, you can send an invoice
Like
to Keenan, and he
Night
will
at-
reimburse you.
Night at the
What?
Roxbury is on Amazon Prime right now.
Okay.
That's a classic.
Yeah. It's
What is love?
So again, Saturday Night Live went through this phase where they wanted to make skits into movies. It's just a bad idea. Skits are skits, and there's
Shanghai Noon.
yeah.
I like Shanghai Nights.
This is the follow-up.
Spotted Dick.
Awful.
Yeah, Spotted.
Oh wow, Spotted Dick.
I also
Both
have
the White
another version where we
Castles
tunnel
are
one.
on Amazon right now.
Those are absurd.
But that's yes,
Being
because we
Pookie?
don't do anything absurd.
We're gonna burn this motherfucker down.
Seaman.
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, we'll discuss the rest of this off air. Thank you for listening to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzz crew. Caitlin, take us out.
Goodbye.
We are the Real Buzz Crew, and we review the best of the worst for you.
This concludes our broadcast day.
To avoid pregnant pauses, use condoms.